Hi, I'm Katie. I go by Chachi Kate on social media because I don't want people in real life to find me. This is week 2 of learning to love myself. Today I am I'm breaking out a little bit. Could be a multitude of reasons. I just went off of a medication that I took for my acne because I'm actually trying Curology. I'm really enjoying it. The process is really cool. I really like the provider. You can literally text him and ask him questions like whenever you want. So I think the breakouts could be either because 1, my skin is still getting used to the Curology. 2, which is probably the reason, I just went off of that medication. Or 3, I'm gonna get my period. So yeah, we're just breaking out a little bit, but it's okay. One thing that I am super proud of myself of, like, at this point in my life is that my acne isn't really like a concern to me anymore. I think with middle school I was diagnosed, I don't know if that's the right word, with moderately severe acne. So not like terrible, but you know, I definitely had more than like the rest of the kids in my grade. I definitely was like an early bloomer. Sorry if this is like TMI, but this is for the girlies. So I got my period super early, I got boobs super early, I got acne super early. So, you know, I was always like one step ahead. Like once you get your period, you're supposed to you stop growing. Homegirl was in 5th grade. I'm gonna let you process that a second. 5th grade is when I got my period. Do you wanna know how tall I am? 5 foot, you said? No. Lower. 4'11". I'm 4'11". And I think that is the one thing about myself that I am the most self-conscious of, is that I cannot get over how short I am, because I was just like made fun of like ruthlessly my whole freaking life. Like if I told like an adult like, yeah, this person like just like I just like always feel bad about my height. They're like, oh, they're just teasing you because they like you. They're just teasing you because you're cute and they like you. We need to stop that. Hate that. Oh, they're just being mean to you because they like you. I would never, ever be mean to somebody that I liked / had a crush on, ever. Like, I can't even imagine somebody being like, oh my god, I really like that person. I'm gonna go make fun of them. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I was pretty much the same height as everybody in middle school, but like in high school, everybody just started growing, and I obviously stopped literally in 5th grade. I had to put my headband on. I was literally like losing my mind. Some of my favorite short jokes that I got. One was, tell the Oompa Loompas I said hi when you get back to the chocolate factory. There was one about me being a Smurf. I don't even remember. The Oompa Loompa one really stuck out to me. I've really started to try to like embrace my shortness more, because growing up, like, I never saw short people on TV or like models or singers or in movies. And I know, like, as a white woman, I am blessed to have representation in almost every single piece of art there literally is. So I'm not even saying that, like, you know, like, I'm not trying to say that, oh, like, I definitely recognize that I have representation fully. It just always came to, like, you know, like the Disney stars, they were always like tall and skinny and blonde, and, you know, besides like Raven and, I think that's it. But I've started to kind of like take some people who are public figures, celebrities, whatever, who are short like me, and I kind of like, whenever I see a post that they post and like their shortness is showing or whatever, I always save it, and I always like look back on it when I'm feeling bad about myself, because I'm like, okay, she's short, she's killing it, she's doing her. Like Nessa Barrett, I like really I look up to her a lot. I love her music, and I believe she's like 4'10" or 4'11" like me. And Sabrina Carpenter, I look up to her a lot too, because I think she's pretty short too. One of my all-time idols is Kristen Chenoweth. She played Glinda in Wicked, and I actually played Glinda in a local production of Wicked last year, and she's 4'11", I believe. But as far as like my acne goes and stuff, it really doesn't bug me anymore. I think it's because I have had acne pretty much my whole life. So at this point, it's just like, oh, okay. Like, it's just there, you know? That doesn't mean I don't cover it up, obviously. That doesn't mean that I get self-conscious. You can embrace something and still be self-conscious of it. Something I wanted to like talk about with myself today is like relationships, I guess. Men, boys. I never had a boyfriend in high school, middle school, growing up, whatever. All my friends always did, and I never did. And I don't think it was because boys didn't like me. And you know, I'm just like kind of realizing that now. I think it was just because I was so shy and kind of like closed off. I've actually had a couple guys that I'm friends with now tell me that they had crushes on me in like middle school and high school. It's like, why didn't you tell me? Like, that would have boosted my self-esteem. Now, like, as a young woman, I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit if you like me or not, because I know I don't need a boy to tell me they like me to feel good about myself. But in middle school, oh my god, I just stained my white rug. Okay. But it's like in middle school, that would have done wonders, you know? Another thing I just wish I could help girls feel okay about is like, it's okay to not have a boyfriend in high school. It's okay if you've never been kissed in high school. It's like, it's okay. I never had that growing up, so it's like, I always thought something was wrong with me. But I've kind of come to the realization now that I think internally I was just closing myself off from that. I think the second boy who really showed interest in me, I think I was 20, 19 or 20, I don't know. Anyways, the second boy who ever like actually showed interest in me, one, liked my sister first. That was the first red flag. My sister had a boyfriend and her boyfriend was actually his friend. So he then ended up asking me out and I was like, oh my god, yes. Because, like I said, like I thought he was so cute. Basically, I had panic attacks every single day leading up to our first date or whatever, which was a double date. Panic attacks, I had to schedule an emergency therapy appointment. I was just so deathly afraid of him touching me. As you know, if you like a boy, you're like, oh my god, I hope he kisses me, I hope he hugs me, blah blah blah. I was like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Back up, don't touch me. But I liked him, so I was like really confused. Anyways, he ended up texting me after we've been like talking for like a month or something. And he was like, hey, I just don't think it's working out, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, like you can't help how you feel, like, you know. So I was like, okay, like, can I ask like how long you felt that way? And he was like, I think since the beginning. I was like, bitch, did you say the beginning? I was like, huh? Because he kept talking to me, like he kept like leading me on, like, hey, we should have a movie night, blah 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 blah. I'm like, why would you do all of this if you like genuinely like didn't like me anymore? I don't understand. But here's the thing, I kind of didn't really like him anymore either, just because he had like a lot of things that like, he gave me the ick a lot. Yeah, so like I wasn't mad that he, like him per se, didn't like me anymore, because I was kind of like, you kind of grossed me out. I have closed myself off completely, and even now I'm like so content being alone. And I think that's something that like took me a long ass time to realize, is that it's okay if you like being alone. I am a very introverted person, and that's okay. And it's taken me so long to come to terms with the fact that it's okay to be introverted. It's okay to be a homebody. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm gonna do me. I don't like to party. I don't really drink much, and that's fine. You know, it took me a long time to be like, okay, I'm in my 20s, like what's wrong with me? These are the times of my life, and I need to go kiss boys and hook up with people and party and like blah 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 blah. That's just not for me. If it's for everybody else, that's totally fine. I don't care. It's not for me. At this point in my life, I'm like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want anybody. I like being alone. I like having my own time. I like having my own energy. I like just being in my own space. And honestly, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I believe in love too much. I think I do. I think I do. I do want somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I do. Like, if the right person came along to me, like, I think I would know, you know, and I would be like, okay, this feels right. I just want somebody to be alone together with. I don't like doing things. I don't really like talking to people. I mean, I do, but like, I don't know. These are just thoughts that circle my brain a lot. I always said, like, growing up, like, I don't need anybody. I don't want anybody. But I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting somebody. Okay, my camera's gonna die and like everything just like cut off what I was saying. And I think I've been zoomed in too far this whole time. I've been sticking with the affirmations every day. It's hard, it's weird, but ain't nobody said it was gonna be easy. I follow this influencer, her name is Shelby Seiko or Shelby some, and she like gives herself a hug and says I love you to herself in the mirror. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. That shit's awkward. It's a little weird. Like looking at yourself in the mirror and saying I love you and giving yourself a hug. Weird as hell. But I'm not gonna lie, it does feel good to tell myself I love you because I don't say it enough. I'm gonna continue with the affirmation. I'm gonna continue with telling myself I love you. The affirmations are getting easier to say. And let me tell you this too, putting a picture of yourself up in the mirror, that's what I did the last week in my last video, of yourself like as a kid, that shit works. Like it's insane. Like I'm standing here looking at my 23-year-old self in the mirror, and I'm also looking at like 8-year-old me in the mirror, and it's like, I can't say, oh my god, you're ugly. Like I can't say that to me, like, cause like look at me, like I was so cute. If somebody said that to 8-year-old me, I don't know what I would do. So what makes it right for me to say it to 23-year-old me? It doesn't. And putting a baby picture of myself up in the mirror is the best thing I've ever done. Like I swear to God. That is week 2 of learning to love myself. I feel like I rambled a lot. It's okay though, because we have a lot of thoughts up in our head, and sometimes it's good to release them, you know? I love you. See you for week 3.